So one of the things we do on prepping for levels when we come in the morning is I like to go off of a 30-minute chart. If you're day trading, intraday trading, 30-minute chart is just enough for to pick up the key levels from the day before and the night before. And then you may want to look at a couple of days back. In this case, where we see on Nasdaq where we've had 3 days in a row of uptrend, uptrend, uptrend. Looking back 3 days is they're pretty low levels, but sometimes what happens is the pivot points also automatically can show potential for lower end support down there. They use a mathematical formula of about 80% of prior day or something's moved, something like that. So without having to use pivots, how I want to prep up for my levels for today is, as you clearly see, and I'm using a 27-minute chart because it's an integer. And we won't get into integers today, but let's assume we're just on our 30-minute chart. It's nothing big, just like fib people. It's a preference. So looking at this clean movement during glowbacks, you could see where you could have came in and traded a couple of times just at about a 7 a.m. Central and about 4 a.m. Central glowback session on the NASDAQ. But we have here, and we'll get into the details in different videos about what other different stuff is here in this screen, like such as the volume profile and things like that, or moving averages. But in this case, I just want to talk about our levels. So looking at pretty much the prior day compared to the this current glowback session that's about to go off here in 30 minutes to the Central Open. What I'm looking at is I want to see definitely where my settlement prices were. First and foremost, and this is a lesson that till today I keep learning hard from. You want to stick with one market. You want to get really good at one market. So let's assume here, because one of the popular markets and the big fast movers is the NQ. And you can do this in any other market. Micros, micro NQ, ES, and all that stuff. Any of the bonds in particular, whatever you prefer. But you want to definitely look at settled prices, okay, from the day before. And now, in this case, I have this white line drawn here from where the open was for the glowbacks. And sometimes there's a chance that glowbacks and settled price is going to open at the same price. That means that there wasn't a gap. If there was not a gap, what's going to happen is my blue settlement price, or what some people can call close, is going to be overlaid by the glowbacks open. So as you see here, this blue line here, which is a very important area, a very important price line, because it's a prior day's settled price. There's a chance that with all this volume that was fulfilled there, if we go down, we can have a reaction zone over there. A lot of people buy off settled price to buy more value if there's any buyers here that want to defend from the day prior, the Thursday. So I'm sorry, from Friday. So here we are, Sunday glowbacks. I'm looking at settled price, and because we have indicators now that are widely available to do this, I'm going to go ahead and let me change this setting to on each tick to extend my lines. You don't have to manually draw that, but just know your area. Come down, write down on a piece of paper, the market you're trading. Write down your settled price here, which was like a even number, 13,650, as you see here on the right price axis. So you have that, and then you have your glowbacks highs and lows. You want to start seeing where those were. So you go ahead and just draw your lines on however you have them set up. This is like a low. This is a glowbacks high. See, we opened up here at 1700, and actually, well, really the low would have been here at this open. But as far as our major swings, you want to just get the highest swing, the lowest area here, which we could see price on the volume profile too, touched it 1, 2, about 3 times, several times here in the first hour and a half of the glowbacks. So you want to just kind of have that drawn out. Make sure that this is drawn out on your entry charts. For example, if I'm using a Renko charts to enter, and we won't get too much into that, I want to be able to see these on my entry charts. Okay, so this is my higher time frame level setting, and then I'm going to have my entry charts that we'll go through later, some future time. So I have my glowbacks high, my glowbacks low, my prior day close, which is my settlement price, and of course we also have our high lows. And our high price was this red line here, where you see a lot of volume picking up here. This was our prior day high, which was this peak here from Friday. Okay, and our low, which is this green line. So this is all one indicator. For example, on IntraDay, you guys can get prior day open, high, low, and close. Now I don't put the open there. I just put the close, which is settlement price, high, low. So I automatically have that. You don't have to go and find it. You're going to do the same thing with Globex. You're going to come in here and get the low and the high of the Globex. And so now I have these levels. We can even disregard pivot points at this moment. You know, if you don't have to look at that, you could take this off. I'll take this off the screen for the purpose of just removing a little bit of the clutter off the screen, because it might look like that to some. And this is all it. This is it. This is our levels. If I even took off volume profile, then you just have our Globex high, Globex low, our prior day high, settlement, prior day low. So this is a very low area here. And so these are areas and points where I can look at when the market opens here, where price can go and be a reaction point, you know, a point of interest where buying and selling might come in and defend. And it could be a high probability. For example, if we open up with a lot of momentum, we could possibly have selling coming up here. But you're not going in blindly, just going in day trading, just coming on into the market here and going, oh, it's an uptrend. Where do I, you know, pull back from? You got to know your levels, what happened, you know, the night before. Great thing with this market is that we're in a 24/7 market practically in the futures. And so you can, you know, anticipate, you know, potential areas where price can pull back. You know, this is a high volume node area, but really what it is, just simply where price went up several times before for hours all night was there. And so there's potential it can come in here and have some reaction points, also some reaction points down here, and reaction points from the settlement price of, you know, the day prior, which you can just even see how the pivot point draws itself, the main pivot, very close to that settlement price. So it's kind of a 80% mathematical mark on the pivots. Oh no, I'm sorry, it's not a pivot. Yeah, what is that? I thought I removed that. Let's take a look here real quick, guys. Excuse me. That's part of the volume profile of some sort. So anyway, you have your levels now, and these, if they draw on all the charts, let's make sure that this is on the other chart. I probably don't have it, so we can just go and also make sure. Let me go ahead and fix this up for all of us here. Okay, so now if I come in here to like my NQ entry chart, I just wanted to make sure that these the same open high low indicator is there, and also that my lines for Globex are painting on the rest of my charts. So now you can see if I use the, you know, something like a Renko, and these bars, by the way, if you're an Intraday user, is available by Ninja Renko. It's a third-party free Renko bars, and it's also available on our blog. You can get his link and download this for free. But basically, I'm looking at my probability. So if we come in here and the market opens, we're in the middle. We open up over and have a momentum up to the upside. I may look for potential shorts. Likewise, on the other hand here, if we're down in the 627s or pull down and sell off into the prior day closing the 13,600s around here, I want to look for potential longs. I'm going to look for that over here on my entry chart to get a fine precision entry, which is down here. And if it comes down here, I might look for a reversal based on my other rules and my entry chart, and what that does and signals that fires off to me. I'm going to look for potential longs back to the upside, maybe potentially all the way up to here. So, you know, we're in the middle, as you can see. And if I draw, you know, a line down here, there's a $1,600 range, about 80 points or so. So it's an 80-point range, and we're kind of like right trading in the middle of this, right? Over here. So most people here, are they going to, what's going to happen in the key thing on a Monday morning is, one, you're going to have all your big orders coming in from the big banks, big hedge funds and stuff, and big portfolio managers for the initial balance is going to come in the first half hour for all of that. Followed by also a lot of action from the people that were buying and selling. If there were any smaller traders here in Globex, they're going to want to, they probably already did here, liquidate their long positions that they started here. Okay, long, sideways, and then they initiated back down, which is very common. And if you were up here around, like I said, around 4 a.m., you could have went for longs. And it would have been a choppy mess to try to get up there. It looks pretty here in hindsight, but then you had another opportunity. It's a way to get in high probability area. Had you gone in there, even if you dealt with a couple of hours of up and down movement, and you came in here at these levels off a 30-minute chart, you're still in a safe zone to say that you bought at a good place, right? So anyways, just wanted to share that with you, how we're looking at levels. A lot more to come. I'm working on some automation with some partners, semi-automation to help manage some of these for you. When you find these levels, you can turn on some automation and then maybe let the automation just get you to your target, get a little bit of motion off. But again, semi-automation. Working on making a futures foundation course for beginners that come here that want to look for some stuff for free. Viper Futures, our plan here is to give all information to people interested in trading futures for free. If we do come up with tools and resources, then that's some different thing, but it's going to help you anyways. Most people like that. But as far as the information we share and the knowledge, it all could be found here on our channel. So it's February 8th. Everybody have a good trading day here. Good luck. This is how you want to maybe set and look for your levels for the day, your high probability areas. Again, once again, I'll explain Globex high, Globex low. That's the stuff that happened overnight before the U.S. session. Anything non-U.S. session is considered after hours. Extended hours in your platforms might say ETH, and then RTH, regular trading hours, which were 15 minutes from the bell. So you can see there was some good trades, but there was a lot of sitting too. So it could have got frustrating, So Globex does sometimes get slow. In the last year, I've seen a lot of momentum back in there too. You just don't know, right? You can't put a thumb on it. You got to just have your own schedule, have your own plan, and work off that. But again, that's the Globex session. And then, of course, you want to have your prior day sessions. They're vital because a lot of traders use them, just like moving averages, just like other indications, guys and gals. These are areas used by professionals for possible, just areas of infliction. They'd call it areas of places where they'd want to initiate and protect positions or add to positions. So, where they want to buy off of these prior highs and protect that, or they want to push down. It's all just area, high probability, okay? And that's about it. Hopefully this helped you. Make sure if you set these up on your charts, keep them nice and clean, and then, excuse me, and be able to enter off of a smaller time frame. So you have your large time frame for your intraday. You don't want to go too far out, like more than maybe hourly, and then look at several days and have different potential levels. If everything's sold off and was a bloody mess, then do I want to know what this area was? Do I want to have this area drawn? And so, like, even if we break down before we get to the prior day low, where there could be potential turning points, we'd be able to see them down here. Okay, so there's just levels, 5 7s, 3 5s, followed by 20s. So with that said, again, we're looking at this morning at making a small little pace up towards possibly here the 686. They might want to test that and then sell on back down, or just break out to new highs, because lately that's all this market does. Good news or bad news, this market only has been taking bullish moves, but intraday you can catch really nice moves that pay out really nice on the downside, on pullbacks. Even they're like wide pullbacks. So you want to look at these levels, 687s, 626, followed by the settlement price of Friday of 606 and a quarter, somewhere around there. Let's just make sure. Yeah, there's going to be a little discrepancy on my Renko charts because they're data driven, a little bit different. But you want to just base your levels off of these, and then just watch them and just wait for some good opportunity, good probability moves, and then take those with less risk. Try to get 2-to-1, 3-to-1 trades, and you should be pretty good. So video here on just how to kind of start off your levels for the day, what areas other people may be looking at. You can start again with 30-minute chart for your day trading, and then have that go to your intraday, whatever your style, your bars are. It doesn't matter. I don't care. 1 minute, 2 minute, bars, guys and gals, don't matter. It's just what your preference is, right? But how to find your level, how to find some key areas, real quick and simple, right before you come into the market and stuff. Make sure you come with fresh mind. It's very vital. I mean, I've lost a lot of money coming in, just forcing myself to work, not being prepared mentally. You can do these fairly quickly, without spending too much time. It's just really comes down to your mental preparedness for this. Okay. Anyways, everybody, have a good trading week.